All right, we're going to continue with our media availabilities here at Homestead-Miami Speedway in advance of tomorrow's Forever 400 presented by Mobile One. We are joined by our Busch Light Pole Award winner, Martin Truex Jr., driver of the number 19, Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. We will open it up to questions. If you have a question for Martin, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start right up here with Holly and then go to Bob.
Congratulations, Martin.
Thank you.
You spoke about this, but clearly this round it feels like you guys are really stepping it up with your finish that you had at Vegas, winning the pole to start things off. I mean, do you feel like you all are in a pretty good place right now?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, I felt good coming into this round. I think last week probably didn't go quite as well as I thought it was going to or would have hoped. But there was more potential there than we achieved. So that's good. And then coming here, I felt good just because it's been a good track for us. And I feel like we've run up front here a lot. And it's just a comfort zone for me, I think, at this kind of racetrack. So, yeah, I had confidence. I didn't really expect to get the pole today, honestly, even after practice. I felt like our car was pretty good in the long run, and we needed to make some tweaks to be better for tomorrow. But pretty excited to be on the pole here after that. So didn't really expect it. Was hoping for like a top 5 and got a little surprised. So it's always good when it goes the right way.
We're going to go to Bob and then Jeff and then Lee.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. After last week, will you be more willing to overrule James?
No, I'll be getting tires here every pit stop or every caution, Bob. So yeah, I don't even want to talk about that right now. A lot of tires tomorrow, so I'm not too worried about it. But yes, in that situation, maybe. He told me I should have. I'm sure everybody heard that, but crew chiefs know a lot more than drivers do when the race is going on. So I always go with that, but that was just one instance where it was like, ooh, I feel weird about this. So, yeah.
We'll go to Jeff.
Maybe.
You won one championship here. You arguably could have won more than that had the tires been put on the right side, for one thing.
Yeah.
So what are the vibes when you come back to this track? Obviously, it's not the championship race anymore, but does all that flood back into you, or do you just feel like, hey, we run well here, so that's why I like it? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, I always think about those things, right? But I always am kind of excited to come here just because I've enjoyed it over the years, and feel like it's just again, it's always been a good track, and I go all the way back to the Busch Series days and learning this place. It was good then, and my first, I think, almost won a race here in my first, second year in the Cup Series or whatever, first year in the Cup Series, the last race of the year we ran second, and that was like a big deal then. And just, I don't know, it's just always been a place where I feel like we go there, we can run good, and I feel comfortable and I have fun. So it's always nice to come to a track that's like that you're not dreading.
I'm going to go up front to Lee, and then we'll go in the middle, and then to Zach.
Hey, SpencerCatchFence.com. What do you remember from that night, winning that first championship 6 years ago?
I remember everything about it. The whole weekend, the whole day, the whole race, almost every lap. Except for when I crossed the start-finish line, and from there till the back straightaway, I don't remember anything.
What was the party like?
It was fun. I mean, it was nothing crazy. It wasn't wild and crazy. It was just, everybody was just happy. Everybody was so happy and excited. And, we didn't really get to do much fun that night because I was on the racetrack till I think it was 3 a.m., doing stuff and taking pictures and doing interviews and all this stuff. And the funniest part was that Johnny Morris and JP and a bunch of Big Al and a bunch of those guys and some of our crew guys came flying around the racetrack in a minivan, and I'm sitting there we're off of turn 4 doing an interview. I think it was with Jamie Little or something for Fox, and here comes these guys just hooting and hollering and screaming. We can hear them coming, and we're like, I hope they see us, But just everybody having a big time, just really happy because of all that it takes to get to that point.
That was such a great group of guys. You had started with Furniture Row and, Cole and Jazzy and, now James moving in that role. What would it mean to you to pull that off 6 years later?
Well, to win here would be huge because, to take us to the Final Four. But I think, the end goal is still, to win the championship. Yeah, it'd mean everything. I mean, it'd make me very happy. It'd make, our whole team obviously very happy. And, just kind of put a stamp on all the hard work that it's taken to get to this point after, where we kind of started as a group with the next gen car. We've had a lot of good days and a lot of good runs and wins as a group. And this would just, this would be the reason, this is the reason we do it. And be able to win it again would be everything. It'd make me feel a lot better about doing a whole nother year or two at least. Yeah.
Trent Worsham, frontstretch.com. Martin, we talk about road courses and super speedways being wild card races, but for a track like Homestead you come to once a year, being in this round, is this track, would you consider it just as much as a wild card as those other tracks?
No, I don't. I don't think it's anywhere near wild card. I think it's a tough place and a lot can happen, but it's, I think if your car's good and you're, good on long runs, and you kind of got to take care of the rest of the stuff you have to every weekend. But I definitely don't think it's a wild card where you can, guys can take two and no tires at times and, flip track position. And this is just kind of a more straightforward race, I think.
Going to go to Zach, and then we'll go back to Bob.
Zach Sternio, NASCAR.com. Martin, you obviously got the best finish of the playoffs so far for your team last week rather, but I know obviously there was still the strategy hiccup. How important is it for you guys just to get through a race weekend where you guys execute a complete race to your team's potential?
It'd be great. I think it's, it's very important because, we're +2 right now. We can't afford to give up points. We got to get all we can tomorrow. We gave up some stage points last week, potentially in stage 2, and, hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us.
Go back up front to Bob, right in front of you, Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. Sorry, more bad memories, but did you guys do anything different for your windshield or anything to help get in your pit box late after what happened last year?
Yeah, we've tried a few things different, so I'll let you know tomorrow how they work. I think the biggest thing last year was just I had a lot of debris on the windshield at that point in time and needed to tear off really bad. So I don't know if there's anything we could do about that. And hopefully I think we'll have a better pit stall as well. I think it was just crazy circumstances the way it played out with where my box was, where Larson's was, where the sun was, and the windshield debris and all that. It was just perfect storm of bad things. And wish Larson would have tapped the brake, but it wasn't really his fault that he didn't either. So just a bad situation. I would assume, yeah.
Going to go back here in the middle.
Taylor Cornhoff, frontstretch.com. Martin is kind of beating a dead horse at this point, but
I hate that.
But you did talk about winning the championship and how it will mean everything. How does winning that or not winning it, how does it change your outlook on how much you're willing to continue racing going forward?
It's a good question. I think, being in position to win championships and having the ability and feeling like you can is what keeps you going. So, in years past where we've had heartbreakers, we were still in it and we still had a chance. Whether things went right or they didn't, we still feel like we were a championship team and possibly, we were capable of doing everything it took to be a champion. You can't always control the circumstances and the outcome isn't always what you want, but that feeling of, we did almost everything right, or we did everything right. It definitely feels a lot better than, not even making it. So I feel great about where we're at. And, like I said, it makes me feel a lot better about being re-signed for next year with how things have gone this year, and just try to keep doing it until we feel like we can't.
Do we have any final questions for Martin? Go back up here to Lee.
What are your expectations at Martinsville, not just for you, but how you think the dynamic of the race will be? Because we've had some lackluster races there. We just kind of never know what we're going to get at that track anymore. And it used to be, like one of the must-see events of the season.
Yeah, it's been disappointing, I think, with the next-gen car. Just haven't been able to get the tires right, and the shifting is hurting the racing. But if we don't shift, it's going to be worse because we don't have enough power. So it's just been a tough one. It's it's always been such a great track, but this car is so different than anything we've ever had. It needs some work. I feel like they were tire testing there at some point. And I don't know if the tire's different or not, but that's definitely something that needs to be worked on.
Will it be the last race of the, before the championship, or do you think it will be more aggressive than usual, or?
I doubt it. I mean, I think it's going to be as aggressive as it's been with this car because, last year was the last race too. So, yeah, you can only beat and bang so much with this thing, and then you can't get to somebody's bumper, really get them out of the way. It's just the way it is. Yep.
Anything else for Martin?
All right.
All right, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you.